Ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, thank you for tuning in here on a Saturday. Saturday for me, at least. Nice to see you all. Thank you for being here. I'm happy to be here. We're coming quickly towards the end of my favorite time of year, Beat-tober. A month-long challenge for you all. Challenge for music producers and artists around the world making music every day. I see you all popping up in my Instagram. Some folks tag me, some are doing the hashtag Beat-tober. But it's been a really great journey. If you've tapped into the Beat-tober fun, let me know how it's going in chat. How do you feel here today on the 26th day of Beat-tober? How are you feeling so far? If you've participated multiple years in a row, how was this year different? And if this year was your first year participating in Beat-tober, what's your review? What do you think? Do you think you'll participate next year? I'd love to hear all the things. Thank you all so much for joining me. I see a bunch of y'all tuning in here on a Saturday. Jendal says, stoked to finally catch one live. Just picked up the Launchkey Mini Mark IV this week and have been loving it. The scale and chord features are amazing. Yes, that's awesome. And there was an earlier chat too. Perfect. I just got my Mini 37. I'm not sure how to use it yet. Getting lucky. This is the stream for you, my friends. So today's stream is brought to you by Novation. We got to thank them for sponsoring a Beat-tober live stream and making all the fun things possible. But we're going to be talking all about the Launchkey Mini today. Even if you don't have a Launchkey Mini yet, or you're just interested in controllerism and Ableton Live, I think you'll still enjoy the stream. But if you've been curious about this controller, or you already have it and you're not sure how to really push it to its edge, to its limits, and take full advantage, we will talk all about that today, which I think is going to be fun. So yeah, let's kick back, let's hang, grab a beverage. Let's see. Bloppenheim says, what y'all drinking today? I got some chai at a coffee shop. Good mood for some beats. That's true. What are we all drinking on a Saturday? I already finished my first iced coffee of the day, so I am just drinking the water out of my Beat-tober glass from this year. This year's Beat-tober glass at TAETRO-shop.com. All of the proceeds for that goes to the Music and Youth Initiative. And that is the most important part of what we're doing. The most important part of Beat-tober is that we are raising money for a great cause, the Music and Youth Initiative. If you don't know what that's all about, essentially imagine that you're a kid and after school you really wish you could learn how to make beats. You really wish that you could write your own songs, learn to play an instrument, or play in a band. That is what Music and Youth Initiative creates. They create spaces for young people to go and do just that, and oftentimes it is completely free. Spaces with instructors, with equipment that young people can just jump in and start using any day after school. They meet cool people that are doing similar things, they get performance opportunities, and they learn actually like very valuable skills, not just musically, but how to work with other people, how to use technology, all different things like that. So we're raising money for them all month long. I did see when we started this stream, we hit the nice round number of $1,200 here on the YouTube fundraiser. So thank you for everybody and your generosity so far this year. That 1,200 number, though, we want to keep it growing. So if you have $1, $5, or even $10 to contribute, every little bit helps. And actually, we've raised more money than that. Our good friends at Jamstick, you can see my cool guitar in the background. Our good friends at Jamstick, they contributed $1,000 to our cause. So add $1,000 to that. We had $400 in matched donations from our friends at Analog Cases. And also, there are many other ways that you can contribute if you don't have a donate button here on the video. And somebody confirmed for me that we do have a donate button on the video. Sometimes I forget to put it there. But if you go to beattober.com/donate, you can find a direct donation link where you can donate directly to Music and Youth Initiative instead of going through YouTube, if that's the vibe. You can buy Beat-tober merch, which I'm rocking right now. The Make Beats Don't Suck t-shirt is my personal favorite. However, I think most people's favorite has been the Mad Scientist tee. I think that's been a crowd favorite if I look at sales so far. you can purchase my sample packs, and I will donate 100% of the proceeds from these sample packs to the Music and Youth Initiative. Some people have taken advantage and have bought a bunch of different packs. Some people picking up the bundle, which I think is a good value. And then finally, if you see cool people with trees next to their name, cool badges, and they have green names in chat, you can become a channel member right here. And I'm going to donate all of my channel membership revenue to the Music and Youth Initiative as well. So I would say if I add all of that up, we've got to be over $3,500, maybe even nearing $4,000 for the Music and Youth Initiative, for the kids. So that is where we're at. That's what we're doing. And did you know, my friends, that just by being in chat right now and listening to my little spiel, you are eligible to win a prize. And we're going to do our kickoff giveaway here on a Saturday. And I'm going to tell you more about how you can win other prizes if you don't win this one right now. So I am going to give away iZotope Plasma, a saturator plugin, for one lucky chatter here. And you're going to be eligible just by being in chat and just by spamming the chat. Don't spam it just yet. Before you start spamming the chat, I want you to read the message from Nightbot that is about to appear, because I typed !winner in chat. Nightbot just shared the instructions for if you win this giveaway. So you must follow those specific instructions. Number 1, be present in chat. Number 2, type your Instagram handle in the chat after you win, if you're the winner. 3, message me on Instagram and tell me, oh, I won iZotope Plasma. And number 4, go make an account, like an iZotope free account, so that when I send you the license, you'll be good to go. Tusky, you don't need that shit? That's cool. Well, guess what? You're no longer eligible for any giveaway throughout the month of Beat-tober. That's fine. I'm going to time you out for 5 minutes, but you can come back if you want to hang and be positive. No worries there. But you don't need it? Don't worry. I'll just make you ineligible. No problems there. All right, but let's see. The ones who do want it, let me open up Nightbot giveaway. And we will do the giveaway. Let me see. Giveaways. What if we don't want to publicize our instas? Guys, I'm trying to help you here. I'm going to time you out for this couple minutes, because if it's too difficult for you, if it's too difficult for folks to want to win a giveaway, you don't have to win the giveaway, my friends. Beat-tober is all about, I want to also give back to you all, my community. So we do giveaways like this every single stream. We'll do one at the beginning of the stream now and one at the end of the stream. If you are not down to win a giveaway, don't worry. You don't have to win a giveaway. And Ray says, am I the only one without Instagram? No worries. It's completely free to make an Instagram. Why do we use Instagram? Because I am verified on Instagram. And I can confirm your Instagram handle, and you can make sure that you're receiving an actual message from me rather than some random person who's pretending to be me. So it's a way that we can avoid scams and all that. If I want a giveaway already, should I participate? Sure, why not? All right, go ahead. I'm going to put a timer on the clock. What I need y'all to do is spam in the chat your favorite Halloween related emoji. So 1 minute on the clock, spam your favorite Halloween related emoji, and let's do it. Don't worry, my friends. Putting your Instagram handle in chat is not a big deal. I promise. Y'all are musicians and artists out here trying to promote your music. The number one thing you could hope for is people giving you a follow on socials, and it's not that serious. If somebody goes to your Instagram and if you don't want them to be your follower, you can remove them as a follower. Please, I promise, don't find ways to make positive things negative. There is no risk to you at all. But here we have a bunch of folks spamming the chat that are down to win a giveaway. I didn't think producer community is very interesting. It's very, very interesting. You try to give people something away and people find a way to make it difficult. All right, but about 30 seconds left on that clock. Remember, we are raising money for a great cause all month long here for Beat-tober. So if you do have the opportunity, or if you win a giveaway and you're able to donate $1, $5, $10, it is very, 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 basically, think about this. If you've ever watched one of my videos and been like, dude, my mind's blown, or you just taught me how to do something crazy, look at it as like a tip for me. But you're not really tipping me, you're giving money to a good cause, because that's more meaningful to me if we raise money for the Music and Youth Initiative versus like you paying me, because that's what the whole channel is built around. There can just be ads on the channel and you don't have to pay and you get free music education. But there it is, the timer has run up. I'm gonna roll the dice and see who wins. Plasma by iZotope. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it. Maruf Hassan. Maruf Hassan, congratulations on the win. Maruf Hassan, please use !winner. Follow those instructions. I'm going to look for your chat because you should be putting your Instagram handle into the chat. Jason says rigged. Rigged. How could it be rigged? I have seen people win multiple times, even though it is a completely random giveaway. So that is kind of crazy. But yes, !winner. But your first step is to type your Instagram handle in the chat. That is your first step. When you type !winner, you're reading that Nightbot message. That's not doing anything for you besides giving you the instructions for being a winner. Rustic says, I don't have IG UG. That's no worries, because you can make one completely free and you didn't win this giveaway anyway. So you have all the way until the end of the stream to make an Instagram account, because we are going to give away a Museo 1 license, which is perpetual access to 2,000 high quality virtual instruments. It's a really amazing virtual instrument library that y'all should definitely check out if you don't have it yet, but I use it a lot. Look at all these great instruments. But we're going to give this away at the end of the stream. So just wait for that. I do like the !loser. I should make that an actual command. !loser. Where's the consolation prize? Consolation prize, just stick around to the end. We're going to do another giveaway at the end. But if you are interested in other ways to win prizes, let's see. Let me show you what you can do. First of all, if you're curious about any of this, what we're talking about today, and you're like, I don't know what's going on, Beat-tober.com is the place for you. You can get access to our Discord. You can also go here to bounties and awards. Now, this is important because the timeline, the deadlines are coming up for some of these bounties and awards. Bounties are things that you can do to try to win. So, first thing here is Notification Squad. You all just participated in that. You come to the stream, you get randomly picked for a prize. We have a Lander x Beat-tober sample challenge. The deadline for that is Saturday, October 27th. Now, you might be looking at your calendar and saying there is no Saturday the 27th, so we'll go with Sunday the 27th. So you have a chance to win some prizes for that, free sample downloads, etc. For future samples, you have the chance to win cool prizes for this on October 30th. Bunch of free samples to download here too, so even if you're not interested in participating in the challenges, you can just download the samples for free and you have a bunch of new samples. Jamstick x Beat-tober for all you guitar players out there. You can enter this. Deadline is today, so make sure to get your entries in by today. And then the Ableton 4-track challenge using Note or Move to create a track. Those are just 4 bounties that you can go after to try to win cool prizes. And then if you go to the beattober.com/awards, we will be giving away a number of awards for a number of different categories, including both hardware and software. For participants that are eligible in these categories from any beat that you made across Beat-tober: Best Collab, Best Dawless, Most Improved, Best Original Song, Best Live Performance, Best Video, Best Finger Drumming, and the Beast of Beat-tober. The Beast of Beat-tober will be winning themselves a Launchkey Mini Mark IV. And also, I should add that the winner of Beat-tober Award is also going to be receiving a handmade crocheted plant skull hanger that is handmade by my mom herself. The winners of the Beat-tober Awards will be winning a plant hanger, and we will have 5 of these for sale. Those will go on sale during next week's stream. 5 limited edition plant hangers for sale on next week's stream. So even if you don't win one of these plant hanging skulls, you'll be able to purchase one of 5. Now that is some crochet, says Old School Online. Exactly. That's sick. Yes, dope. I'm going to put these on sale. So when is the awards deadline? That is a great question. The awards deadline should definitely be probably Tuesday the 28th. I don't know if I wrote that anywhere, but just to put a cap on that, there's a nomination form at beattober.com/awards. Please go ahead and nominate yourself. If you've been working hard all of Beat-tober, you just go here, you open this Google form, and you choose what category, and you answer the questions. Very, very simple. You'll have to link the videos that you created for Beat-tober, etc. But nominate a producer like you, or like yourself, or a producer that you've seen that's been working hard all Beat-tober long. Beattober.com/awards is the place to go for that. Find out about the award categories, and then find the nomination forms. Really excited to give a bunch of stuff away to some lucky winners. The Beast will be winning big with that incredible plant pot skulls. Exactly. Well, each actually award category gets a plant skull as well. B-Jammin says, I love my Launchkey 37 Mark IV. We love to hear it. I feel like the Beast of Beat-tober deserves a voice effect. Yes, so let me say it again. The Beast of Beat-tober will be winning a Launchkey Mini Mark III and skull hanger made by my mom. That is for the Beast of Beat-tober. Yes, 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 ladies, gentlemen, and MDs. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of our day. I want to talk about the Launchkey Mini Mark IV. Thank you to Novation for sponsoring today's stream. But I'm curious, very curious, if anybody has any questions. If anybody's been like, I was thinking about getting that controller, but I wasn't too sure if maybe it was the controller for me, or not really sure how to use it. I already have it. I'm not sure what I'm doing. But drop some questions in the chat, and I will do my best to answer. Wondering about the key bed, I would say it's your average, normal key bed. I don't really know what people are looking for in a MIDI keyboard key bed. It's not going to have weighted keys, of course. Here, let's play some keyboard instrument. Something that's not so lo-fi. Forgot I had the ARP on. That's pretty cool. Take a look at this ARP though. I'm just running the basic arpeggiator here. And we got this row of pads. I guess we're just gonna jump in because I had the arpeggiator on already and I think it's interesting. This essentially allows us to customize the pattern that the arpeggiator is playing. So I turned off a couple steps. Of course, I can change the BPM. I can swing it. Change the rate. Change the gate. The type. Add octaves. We can mutate. And this is a knob that lets you control the arpeggiator in the same way that I'm doing with the pads here. So I didn't even need that. Latch it. That's pretty fun, right? I don't know. I just had the arpeggiator turned on already. So I figured we jump into that. But the arpeggiator is pretty cool on this thing, especially if you're sequencing external gear. I mean, we are here on this keyboard connected via USB-C. We're going to be controlling Ableton Live today. There is a MIDI out, and there is also a sustain port on the back. So it's kind of a good go-to. And if you're confused about like which model this is a new model for the Launchkey Minis. So this is the Launchkey Mini 37. Previously, they didn't have a Mini 37. Don't get that confused with the full Launchkey 37. The full-size keyboards have a few more buttons, a few more features. The Minis have a reduced amount of features and a reduced size. So that is the difference there. BJamin says, I never use ARPs, but I love the options on the Mark IV. What's your favorite option? What is your favorite aspect of your Launchkey Mini, actually, BJamin? Share with us in chat. Green Cone says, I miss the undo button, by the way. I also miss the undo button. It's so nice to have an undo button on a keyboard controller, but I think the larger versions have that. What's up, Jacob? Nice to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Bluppenheim says there's all that prime real estate for stickers on the top right underneath the spooky plant skull. Yes, you could pick up some Beat-tober stickers and get a solid, cool look for your keyboard. Yes. I heard it can detect and show you chords you're playing on the little screen. Let's talk about that, actually. Very cool feature there. I think you are right. Let me get out of the ARP menu. And let me go actually to a chord mode. And I will zoom in on the screen for you all so you can see what our friend in chat is talking about, because it is pretty cool, actually. Let me see how close I can get you to the screen. All right, hopefully you can see that pretty well. I'm going to play some notes on the keyboard. So what's cool is you can see that when I play G to B flat, it's identifying that as a minor third. And then as I add notes in, it starts to identify the chord. So we get that G minor chord identified. And as I add notes, it continues to name the chord. C sus 4 7. This becomes especially useful because there's a user chord mode. So if I go, oh, I'm already in user chord mode. And you see how this pad has no light on it. These other pads that are blue are actually just single pad chords that I can play. And I created these. So you can see the chord names there. So you might ask, how do I save one of these chords? Well, let's pick a random chord to play. Let's just pick that random set of chords. I'm going to hold down this pad, play the notes. And now that chord is completely saved there. We can transpose all of the chords here as well. And you can create your own chord sets. So I'm going to zoom back out here. We have all of these pads and all of this space. To save different chords in there. And you can transpose them depending on what key you're in. So it's not just like, oh, I saved a D minor chord here, so it's permanently D minor. Then I gotta like save a different chord if I'm playing an A minor, for instance. No, I can just go down until I hit the key that I'm in, A minor 7. There we go. Boom. Is that cool? I think that's one of the coolest new features. Now, on the other hand, if I switch over to chord map, these are different chords than what we were playing before. These are already curated chord sets, essentially, in a key. And I can probably, let's switch sounds here so we can get, here, I'll just add a new track. I'm just in live gonna find a electric keyboard sound or something, piano and keys, something that's just easy to listen to. And I'm gonna make sure I arm that track, which I can do by moving around there. So those are pretty basic chords, and we have control over these chords. We can turn the adventure knob very, very fun. So turning the Adventure and the Explore knob gets us more complicated chord progressions. Hey, Jimmy, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. Welcome to the Seekers tier. Lots of behind-the-scenes stuff for you to see as a Seeker. Thank you so much. All membership revenue is going to the Music and Youth Initiative. If you want to support the channel, actually, if you want to support the Music and Youth Initiative, you can click join and get a bunch of stuff for yourself, free downloads, behind-the-scenes videos, etc. Also, we got a donate button on the stream today because we're raising money for a great cause, the Music and Youth Initiative. So any donation helps our monthly goal. If you can go to $1, $5, or $10, every little bit helps. Thank you all so much for being great support for a good cause, the month of Beat-tober. Does the arpeggiator work? If I turn ARP on, these chords do not arpeggiate. However, I want to direct your attention to these pads over here because this is actually interesting way of interacting with the chord mode. We have performance modifier pads here. So this one, if I hold this orange pad, this is ARP up. So if you notice that instead of playing just the chord, if I hold this pad, I can ARP up the chord. And each of these pads is a different way of playing that chord. ARP down. So you can specifically interact with the chords that way, which I think is pretty cool. I'm sitting on my foot and I'm really regretting it. Robert asks, how do the new onboard functions complement Ableton, etc.? Are they more for a standalone player with hardware synths? I would say that they're for both. And if you liked the previous Launchkeys, which I think the previous Launchkeys were probably the best design controllers for Ableton Live, in terms of keyboard controllers, obviously Ableton Push is another category. But there is actually one killer feature of the Launchkey Mini Mark IV that is different, that actually no other controller has, and let's talk about that really quick. Actually, I was working on this project earlier today. This is my Beat-tober beat today, and I figured we could try to convert this into an actual live looping performance. Let me fix my screen. Yeah, so that was just the beat that I was working on earlier this morning, and I want to try to convert it into a live performance like I said. But actually what I'll do first is I'm just going to save this as a template because I had a bunch of stuff recorded in arrangement view already. Let's go back to that. Let me delete any automation that was there, and then I'm just going to save live set as template LK Mark 4 stream. Just save that for now. Cool. Open up that template. Don't save anything I did before. And we're back. I gotta delete all this automation. My bad, friends. Let me just delete that real quick. In trying to create a template for this, what I'll do is basically it's just meant to give us a blank slate. Save live set as template. Boom, overwrite that. Good. Blank slate. And now we have all these musical ideas here. So let me talk about the feature of this keyboard that other MIDI controllers and previous Launchkeys did not have. All right, let's see. Jimmy says, wait, where's my chat? I lost you. Jimmy says we have a lot of people in today's stream. Thank you everybody for tuning in. If this is your first TAETRO live stream, I would love it if you would say hi and say, hey, this is my first live stream. Happy to be here. We will welcome you accordingly. We're a very welcoming community here. We are doing a giveaway at the end of the stream if you just tuned in, so it is worth sticking around until the end. What's up, Dustin? We got some regulars in here though. What's up, Dustin? What's up, Arnie? What's up, Chris? Great to see you all. What's up, Wizlo? Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Hello, hello, hello. What's up, Not Normal Johnny? Nice to see you. Thanks for being here on a Saturday. Raising money for a good cause, folks. So musicandyouth.org if you want to see what it's all about. But $1, $5, or $10 really helps our cause. We're raising money all month long for the Music and Youth Initiative. Let's jump right in, and now I will actually show you this feature that this controller has that no other controller has. Shift, DAW mode. So obviously with any Ableton controller, we expect to have control over session view and launching clips, right? That's simple. So I queue up all these pre-made clips. Little vocal sample clip. Bum, 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 bum. Got my performance effects over here. Okay, that's all run-of-the-mill basic stuff. That's your very basic Ableton Live control. If I hit Shift and DAW again, we get another really cool option. And I can navigate around my Ableton Live session with these track buttons here, or at least that's one way. And I'm going to navigate over to the drum mode. And what you're going to see here is if I press play, well, actually if I go back and launch these clips, this clip, we have a step sequencer here, which is very cool. The reason I say it's very cool is because this is a feature that previously we didn't have access to on external controllers other than push. So if I create a clip here in Ableton Live, a 1-bar empty clip, and I press play on that clip, there's nothing in that clip. If I go back to my Launchkey and I want to sequence a pattern, I can do that very, very easily. And I can also, oh, I'm in my wrong encoder mode, apologies. But we can also extend the bar, make the pattern longer, add steps to the pattern, etc. And what happens here is it's working simply by adding steps right here live in Ableton Live. So you can see as I click into that, you're going to see the kick appear in all the different places. This is super useful for live performance. I'm just tapping around, adding the random kicks in there. So a very cool feature that other keyboards do not have, this sequencer. I was very excited when I discovered that feature was there, because I actually had the Launchkey before I had the manual, and I didn't realize there was a little hidden mode there if I pressed a DAW once and then pressed a DAW twice. So very, very cool. Very exciting. Chris says, I'm really enjoying the Saturday stream. Great. BA says, why am I now only realizing the top of the Launchkey looks like the whole Ableton move? Actually, you're not wrong there. I mean, it's got the pads. You're right. It's got half the amount of pads, though. Sino Production says, said it last week. Once again, loving the Saturday streams. 2 in a row for me after not being able to join one since last year. It's good feedback. We were doing Monday streams for a while, but if Saturdays are a popular day, I think we will have to take that into consideration, especially as we barrel towards the new year. Anyway, I want to share that I bought this controller just after having seen your video. Thanks, man. You are my best YouTuber. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the positivity there. TAETRO, your beat with the Roland P6 was amazing. Please release that. I'll work on it. I'll work on it, my friends. Connor says, I was surprised to see the Move didn't have the sequencer from the Launchkey. It's a good point. There's a lot of space to add features to the Move for sure. Greetings from Quincy. Hey, this guy over here is from Quincy drinking his Dunkins. What's up with that? This fucking guy from Quincy. Chowderhead over here. Maruf says, this is my first time watching TAETRO live stream and I won the giveaway. How cool is that? Anybody can win. James K says, always enjoy jumping on the lives. Great community. Thank you, my friends. Thank you to Accent Noir for welcoming our new friends like I Make Music. Thanks everybody for jumping in. Is there any MIDI controller with better pads than the Machine Micro? It's been a while since I used that, but I think pads have come a long way since that controller dropped. I mean, this controller is pretty good for finger drumming, etc. Here, let's actually do this the proper way. And let me get my situation set with my preferences. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry about that. Change that. Hit none there. Good to go. Okay. I think there we go. My hub situation was making things difficult. So other than that, I'm going to give you a run-of-the-mill just rundown. I did do a full video on the controller, but if you have any question about basic features, you should watch the video. I don't want to spend too much time today just going over basic features. But of course, here I have control over my mixer. That's simple enough. I can jump over here and control the send A for each track, but then I can go ahead and control send B for each track and then continue that down if I had more. Transport controls, this is very useful in arrangement view, so I can move around the playhead. I can zoom in, zoom out. I can make tracks bigger if I'm working on them. This is pretty cool. It's like replacing your mouse in arrangement view. So if you're a hardcore arrangement view user, it's kind of a view that gets, I would say not many people design controllers with this level of control for arrangement view. So that's cool too. And I can jump between markers, which I don't have any markers set. So that's a cool navigation for transport. And then you have a bunch of custom modes, which is how I was controlling those performance effects earlier. And I didn't show plug-in mode. Now plug-in mode will give you access to your macros. So here I can control this macro rack. All those knobs are turning on screen, and wherever this blue hand is, that's what will be controlled by the knobs. So I can jump around to a different device like basic audio processing over here. The blue hand moves and you will see these knobs move as well. Link it up with the controller. Very, very useful. That's a scene launch that I just did there. So I'm also controlling the DAW as well. at the same time. So there's a few different ways you can interact. Are those view controls also in the Launchkey Mini Mark III? Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I believe they are not. I believe that is new to the Launchkey Mark IV. We got a bunch more controls. What MIDI is this? This is the Launchkey Mini Mark IV, the 37 key version. Is there a way to MIDI map pitch to a knob? To map pitch to a knob? I guess there's a couple ways you can do it. It's not the easiest thing to do, but we do have pitch bend here. Let me go to an actual pitched instrument here by navigating down, 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 back. There's your pitch. Using arrow keys, you can move between racks. Yes, you can jump between the different racks. Oh, I guess you can just use the arrow keys on your computer. I never considered that. There's a way to do it on the controller, but I'm not going to screw everything up now. But yeah. I think I heard something, some ghost. All right, so anyway, I don't want to just go over the basics today. What I want to do is convert this very basic live set I have here into a live looping performance, if we think that's possible. And I can give you all a sort of walkthrough of my process of doing that, because it's not necessarily the prettiest process. It's not the easiest thing, but it's not necessarily the hardest thing either. So I want to give you all a inside look. And if I just want to point this out, as I'm scrolling through these tracks, you can see that they're getting armed as well, right? So we're going to utilize that in developing our live performance too. And if I go back to using transport controls, I didn't show that we can also use them in session view. Auto arming tracks, scrolling through our different tracks, scrolling vertically through our scenes. Very, very useful. Make sense, my friends? Pitch bending it like Beckham. Yes, yes, exactly. All right, any questions before we launch into this? Any questions before we launch into turning this project fixing this navigation situation, and we should be good. Do you use more than 8 tracks? You could use more than 8 tracks, but I think this is the thing I would caution you all against. I think there's a really good video by Fortet when he talks about simplicity in his productions. But if we look at this and just analyze this set for a second. Oh God. Who turned on the beat repeat? Analyze this set for a second. First of all, my first 3 tracks are percussion related. Those are just percussion tracks. They could probably be grouped together, but I won't group them together yet. We have, sorry, just select this one. We have hi-hats. We have perks, like claves and stuff. And then we have an actual drum kit that has our 4 to the floor. It has cymbals. kick drum, a few other drums in it. Those are just drums. Next up, we have a chords track. Let's stop that and play that. That's our chords. I'll move this over. Next, we have bass. Followed by a vocal melody track, which actually has some probability built into it. So these notes don't happen every single time. And that makes the pattern more interesting. And then we have melody. If you start adding more on top of those basic elements, drums, chords, bass, and melody, a little bit of counter melody in there. If you start to add more, your track is going to be too complicated. And it's going to not be very easy to listen to. Now, that doesn't mean as we build up this into a full track that we won't use more tracks for, you know, sound design purposes or for effects purposes. But you should really be looking to hit those 4 categories: drums, chords, bass, melody. Of course, you can have counter melodies, and of course, you can move to a different instrument for your chords, for instance. But when it comes to creating the idea for your track, especially this basic level, I would highly recommend to keeping it as low as you can and not just adding and adding and adding, because there's not really a point. In fact, I'm not even using that track. So we're using 7 tracks, and I think this sounds like a pretty full sound. Is there a hold button for notes? I'm not sure what you mean. You can latch the ARP. If you're looking for like a sustain function, you would have to use a pedal for that. Is there any way I can start clip record quantized, but end it as soon as I push the button? I think if you have your record quantization on, it's going to work for starting and ending loops. So you just got to get better at triggering the record button when you want it to. Unless you specifically don't want it to start looping on a downbeat and get like an uneven bar. A recommendation I have for that, if you were trying to do like specific bar lengths, is just to create a clip yourself and make this clip however long you want. You could make it 2 bars, let's say 2.5 bars, something uneven. You could do that. And then when you press record, if that clip is playing and you're in session record, that's just going to be open for recording, so you can put any notes you want into it. See, I'm recording into that clip, and it stayed that length, and I'm just putting notes into it. So you could pre-make empty clips. So that's another technique you can use that in all kinds of for all different kinds of reasons. This is a funny question. Can I make a chord with any sound using MIDI like Charlie Puth did with a cup? You can definitely do that. You can take any sound you want. Look, Ableton Live, Charlie Puth is not doing magic when he shows that to you. He goes on the late night shows and everybody oohs and ahs. It is very, very simple. Let me go to samples and find the dumbest sample I can find. Not piano. That's kind of just like noise. There's like water. Where's that nature sound actually? Let's just grab that because it's really just nothing. Just no sound at all. If I take that and I throw it into Simpler, which you can do with like pretty much any version of Ableton Live, and you can do this with pretty much any sound. Get ready, you're gonna ooh and ah like Charlie Puth is here. And there you go. Do I get to go on Jimmy Fallon now? And then he just adds a bunch of reverb or a bunch of delay to it. If you put it with a kick drum. If we filter it so it's more pleasant. There you go. That's how you do it. It's not very musical. You would never actually probably do that in one of your songs. You could get fun. You could have fun with that for sure. But if you see a dude on late night TV and everybody's oohing and on, there's probably more impressive stuff you can be watching. Just saying. Sounds like a mosquito underground dance party. Yeah, why not? That did sound good though. Yeah, you can have fun with that. But my point there is like you can do that. You can do that with any sound, and anyone can do that. It took 5 seconds to do that. You can do that with free Ableton Live. Doesn't take much skill, but I could see how a general audience of non-musicians would be like, "Oh wow, cool." Why, bro? Hating Charlie Puth? No, you know, it's fine. I think it's anytime somebody gets a little too much publicity, and yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll keep things positive. Anyway, what are we even doing? Besides, you're about to get timed out for typing in all caps all the time, but I'll answer this last question. Are you also a bit disappointed by the flimsy keys? No, and here's a little rant for you. Stop complaining about flimsy keys. We're in 2024. If you buy a keyboard, I don't care if it's a $50 keyboard on Amazon. I haven't tested them all, but I have tested some. Or if it's the new Launchkey Mini Mark IV by Ableton Live. These keys are not flimsy. I promise you I have dropped my gear more times than you. I promise I have played the keys more than you, harder than you. Traveled with these keyboards, put them in suitcases, put them in backpacks, tossed them around in those bags. I have never ever, let me say this very clearly, never ever broken a key on my MIDI keyboard. And if I dropped my keyboard and a key broke, I wouldn't complain that the keys were flimsy. You're not breaking these keys by playing them. They're totally fine. They're totally passable keyboards. I have probably bigger hands than you. You are not breaking the keyboard. They are not flimsy. They're not weighted. If you're expecting to have a weighted keyboard or something similar to like an Osmos experience like I have over here, you're not going to get that. So that is my final PSA. Stop complaining about quote unquote flimsy keys and go make music. It's really easy when you get your keyboard in the mail, instead of sitting down to make music, to think like, oh, what excuse can I have for not making music? Oh, I bought a keyboard and the keys are too flimsy. I can't make music. Stop. People are making music on their phones, on touch screens. Get over the keys. Get over it. It's an excuse. I said I was going to keep it positive, but it's a Saturday and I put MIDI keyboard in the title of the stream. Okay. I just see that comment all the time. It's like, relax. It's not a thing you should be worried about. That's the best line. Just make music that is positivity at its core. I think sometimes when being exposed to a broader audience on YouTube, folks, I definitely get exposed to a lot of comments of folks finding any excuse possible to be not making music. So blaming the tools, thinking that they need a different tool than what they have. And I really, really am discouraged by that. But that's what I'm here for, to tell you, you can go make music with any of the gear that you have, any of the tools that you have. But the difference between you and the people you look up to is the people you look up to are not sitting there making excuses or complaining about their tools or wishing they had this or that. They just took the time to learn what they need to do and started making stuff. That is the big difference between you, if you're sitting there complaining, and the people you look up to. So just keep that in mind. All right, Arnie brings us back and says, this sounds awesome. Is that an Ableton stock sound? Yes, it is actually. Ethereal brushed mallets or something? Ethereal brushed mallets, I think. Instruments, ethereal brushed bells. It's a drift preset, I believe. All right. Feels like a peace and love type of day for sure. It kind of is. I went on a work trip. I was in New Orleans for a couple days and I got back yesterday. So I'm a little tired. So apologies if I'm a little cranky, but I am gonna share some peace and love with you all if I hear more excuses and stuff like that. All right. So I want to convert this little tune that we have with these 7 tracks playing into some kind of performance. So since we have this scene here already made, I'm going to take this scene and move it to the bottom of my project for now. Because the goal is not to just click launch on each one of these clips. The goal is to figure out what we're going to play and what we're not going to play. So one thing I could do here is I like to start with a rhythmic clip. And then we could either do chords or bass on top of that. So let's figure we're going to do bass. And I'm going to look at this and try to remember what I played. And on the launch key, I'm probably going to do most of this performance in the session mode. So I can view clips and I can record them. And I'm going to change the function of the bottom row to be stop buttons. So at any point I can stop clips in that particular track. So I'll go ahead and launch this claves thing. I'm going to find where I need to be, and we're going to just build the beginnings of this track. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the goal there is to come up with the opening of our performance. So, that'll be the first thing I play. Let's just practice that. I could probably filter things in, get ready and record this. I see. I'm actually messed up and I was playing on top of a clip that I already had. We want to be up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that wasn't very well timed, so I'm thinking I might need a little more something to keep time. Here we go. Or I could just practice again. Let's try this again. 1, 3, 4, 1, 3. Yeah, I need something with a more clear downbeat. So let's perhaps bring in, I'm just going to put a clip here. And we could actually pull down the filter. Make sure I'm on the right track. 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Nope. All right, and with a little practice, I can get that better. But where will I go after this in the performance? So right now we're just taking things slow. I have all these performance effects at my disposal, so I could open up that filter a bit more. I guess I could go here. And now I would probably want to switch to drum mode. Figure out where all the drums I want to play are. 2, ready, go. Let's jump over to the vocal sample. I turn that track off for some reason. I go back to DAW mode now, I have control, and I'll probably want to pull out the kick, but I could fake pulling out the kick by doing a high pass filter. All right. So what I just walked you all through that was me in real time figuring this out. I'm not just talking so you all can hear me talk. And what I have here is a notebook that I definitely recommend you all get. A notebook. Have a notebook by your side if you're trying to plan some of these things. And I'm just going to reverse engineer what we did. And I am going to just kind of remember the sequence of what we did. See More Mindful says, you make this look too easy. Well, I have a lot of experience in like working through this. It's not that it's not easy for me, and it's not that it's super uncomfortable, but it is like a puzzle. It is like a puzzle to put together. Boppenheim says, the false starts, mistakes, moments to improve on is so real. Live streams like this are awesome, real-time inspiration. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, so like everything I was just doing, I wasn't focused on playing things perfectly. I'm focused on coming up with the sequence for this performance. So number one, the first thing I did was launch the rhythmic tops. Launch tops. And then filter up. That's the first thing that I'm doing. So I am going to, in the project, what we've been doing is we have this kind of like master scene here. What I'm going to do is delete all the stuff we just recorded, because that's all stuff we're going to potentially create for the performance, right? So every time I create something in there during a rehearsal, I'm going to delete it. And we're going to start with this bass sound. And that's the first thing we're gonna play. So what I just wrote in my notebook was launch tops and filter up. So all that means is I'm going to start with my filter down, launch these tops, and filter them up. And the next thing I'll do is play the bass. And I messed up, obviously, but that's the next thing that I will do. I'll play the bass. Play bass. And since I'm going to be coming back to this project probably over multiple days, I'm probably not going to make this performance and shoot it and perform it all in the same day. I'm going to take specific notes that I might want to know for myself. So the basic progression is D, C, B flat. D, C, B flat. I'm just going to write that down in my notebook. We're going down. Boom. That's the next thing I'll play. After I record that, what am I going to do? I could do more filtering. I could do a little beat repeat. I'm going to write this as like 2B performance effects. We stop recording different stop recording the different ideas, and we just go to performance effects. The third step is playing the drums, right? Which means I have to switch to drum mode. I'm going to take that note, drum mode, and we're going to play the kick drum. Kick drum. And then we're going to layer in another tom sound. That's what I did last time. So we're going to switch to drum mode. We're going to switch to the actual drums. And we're going to play the tom, which I don't want to forget is on pad 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pad 6. Technically that's not pad 6, but I'm going to call it that for now. So now I have a sequence. First thing I do is launch the clips and do the filtering. Second thing I do is play the bass. Third, then I play a little bit of performance effects. This is kind of like a little side note. Third thing we do is go to drum mode. play the kick, then play the toms, and then where I'll stop now and we'll rehearse this again is I will play the vocal samples. Four is vocal samples. We haven't really come up with a solid structure yet, but this is at least how we've sequenced the events to happen. So I'll keep the notebook there. We'll try this again. Shri says, I really like your sound choices. You gotta appreciate TAETRO sound selection. Thank you. This stuff is mostly Ableton Live stock stuff, other than maybe this sample, this hi-hat sample. But I think all of these are Ableton Live instruments, so. All right, should we go through and try that sequence? Let's see if we remember the sequence and if we can make this work. I'm gonna learn different quirks along the way about this, like, oh, I need to remember to be in this mode or something. I don't know what it could be. But I definitely need to start with the filter down. So I know that that's my filter. And then we'll give it a shot. Now I'm supposed to be doing performance effects, but I definitely need to go over here. So that time I missed it. So I realized I can't get caught up in the performance effects part of that. Let's run that again from the beginning. This is how it goes. We just do things over and over and over again until we feel solid. I'm going to stop those clips, start them, and bring up the filter. Listen to time. 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. First thing I should do is switch to drum mode and go over to the drums. Then I can do performance effects. Good. Next thing I have to do is play the All right, cool. That sequence worked, but I did notice I ran into an issue where I didn't have my encoders properly set to do my performance effects. I think I actually accidentally did something wrong there. Let me see. Yeah, because I definitely need those performance effects there to make things interesting. All right, are you all following me? Is this interesting? Is this like a little too boring? Are we taking notes? Are we like, what the hell are we doing? You let me know. Let's run that one more time though. So I gotta jump over here. I'll bring the filter down. I think actually my USB hub is causing issues for sure. Here, let me just check something out here. Because my knob CC values are not actually changing, etc. Charlie says, this is sick, learning a lot here, super interesting, lots of notes. Command M. Okay, Command M. Not sure. Let me actually unplug and replug my USB hub because I think it's like overheated or something. But yes, if y'all are enjoying this stream and you're learning a lot and you want to throw a tip my way, don't throw a tip my way. Make a donation to the Music and Youth Initiative, raising money all month long. It's a great cause that I really believe in, and it's to help the young people get access to being able to make music and do all the cool things that we like to do. All right, let me see. I think we're good to go now. I'm in DAW. I should also mention that this unit that I have is a pre-production unit, and I'm supposed to send it back and swap it for a proper unit. Custom 1, that gets me to my, yeah, now everything is working. Cool, cool, cool. All right, if I do this, let me just test my filter, make sure I know what I'm doing. I do. All right, let's run that one more time. Here we go. And if you have any questions, keep me posted. All right, so we will start with nothing playing. We'll do this and this at the same time. Mistake I made here was the bass wasn't the armed track. And we started in the wrong octave. So this is what I mean by these are all the things that we will figure out along the way to make sure we have properly set up. So I might go ahead and just say octave -2. I'm going to take that in my notes. Octave -2, because that should be the starting state of the keyboard. That allows me to play every instrument as it comes up. Okay, run it again. That's how we find the mistakes that we're going to make. Filter down. Launch the clips. Get this filter up, probably not all the way. 1, 3. Do it again, that mistake was too bad. 1, 2, 3, go. That was still a little sketchy. Head over to the drums. Drum mode. I was meant to do a capture there. Yes, this is the nitty-gritty, chat. This is how it goes. We can definitely do better. But if you have ever watched one of my videos and been like, damn, he makes it look easy, somebody already said that in the chat. This is not too easy. Oh, hello, we had donations in the chat. I didn't know they came through. Please let me know because my chat client doesn't show up. But thank you for the $20 from Negatory. Much appreciated for the dono. Barn Red Pine with the 40 kroner. Thank you so much for the donations, all for the kids. Thank you so much. Is shift record still MIDI capture? Yes, I believe so. Yes, I can see if I can do that along the way here, this next run. Run this one more time. Here we go. One, 3, 1, 2. Okay, next thing to do is to go over to the drums, go into drum mode, and get ready to play. Open up the filter a little more. Great. And then I'm meant to go over to the vocals. Let's mess with some performance effects while we go here. I can go back over to the DAW mode, potentially stop the drums. Then I can probably jump over to the lead. Now I'm just fully improvising. launch these. All right, cool. So that's another direction to go. After the vocal samples, we can go to the lead. So I'm going to take that note, and then I'll answer some questions that I saw in chat coming up. So step 5, after we finish the vocal samples, we can play with the lead, and we probably need to go up an octave. So I'll just write plus octave. Plus lead, and then we can also drop drums. I haven't done anything with fun mapping yet. Like I could map turning the kick off, which I usually do. But, you know, that's how it goes. Negatory says, not to sound too ignorant, is this making a full track or just a singular loop? The goal is to have a full track that can be performed. But obviously, the beginning of this track is like a live looping performance where it just gets built up, and built up. So once we get this sort of establishing section, there's different options we have. Like if we don't want to continue to loop and loop, we can create a new scene that has a B section in it and just launch that. And that's a possible thing that we could do. Which videos do we see how to set up performance effects? That's a great question. If I go to TAETRO and search performance effects, this is how I'll find the video. Yes, you can go to the beat stutter effect video. I think that might be from a Beat-tober past, a 3 year ago Beat-tober. But that's how you make beat stutter effects. And then the rest of it is just filters. And then I'm going to share one more video where I go into more detail about how I set up this stuff. Cool. All right, I think those are the videos. Am I too late? What did I miss? We've been rocking with the Novation Launchkey 37 Mark IV. So I've been going over, we went over some basic features of the Launchkey Mini, some of my favorite features at the beginning. Now what we're doing is just kind of planning and plotting and putting together a live performance. And I'm just showing you my process of how I kind of go through, I go through the process of trying to come up with a live looping performance, and we've made it pretty far, I think. Oh, let me see. Actually, I didn't even utilize the chord mode, but we could definitely do that. I think that's what I should do, actually. Let me go to Shift, User Chord. Let's get this filter up. Oh, I transposed. Cool. I'm just going to jump into the DAW mode really quick so that I can turn off some sounds. Let's turn off the lead, stop, not turn off, stopping them. And that's actually all I wanted to turn off for now. And now I'm going to go back to user chord mode and show you that we can just play some chords that go well with this song that I already made in the user chord mode. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. So that would be one way I could save chords for a certain song or something like that. But that worked out really well. And you can see in the MIDI roll, we've got all our full chords there played out. So we probably won't go through this entire process today, but at least this gives you a little hint of the brain stuff that I go through trying to form a performance with controllers, but I'm obviously doing things that you couldn't do with any other MIDI controller for the most part. I mean, being able to jump around between session view on Ableton Live, things like, oh, these are stop buttons now, but if I screw up a loop, I can just go back to having an extra clip slot, or I can navigate around using that so I can get more clip slots, that kind of thing. Capture record, which I didn't use, but I will use in lots of different performances. The user chord mode, obviously that's super convenient. And then having all these pages of what I can do with my knobs, if I want to do mixer, if I want to do custom modes, that's all very useful as well. If you have any final questions about the Novation Launchkey Mini Mark IV, please let me know in the chat. Not So Good says, can you do note repeats from the Novation controller? Yes, you can do that via the arpeggiator. I guess that's not really a good example of note repeats. Let me jump over to a different track. Oh, I'm in chord mode. That's why that's not working. There's a note repeat. How close would Push Mini Launchkey Mark IV would you add a launch pad if you had one? That's a good question, Robert Julius. So I talked about the built-in sequencer before, which is a huge benefit of the Launchkey Mini that no other controller besides Push has. And I guess you could relate it to an affordable Push controller at this point, the way that it integrates with Ableton Live. I can't remember if original Launchkey came before or after Push, but if you're looking for a keyboard controller to control Live and looking for a lot of similar features to Push, I think the Launchkey is the best in its class in terms of keyboard controllers and Ableton Live control. Adding a launch pad is not a bad idea, and if you watch any of my performances, you'll see that I do combine different controllers. The benefit you have to having something like a launch pad is, instead of me, like in the beginning of this performance, I have to launch clips to start, then I play the bass, then I play the drums, and to play the drums, I need to switch to drum mode and navigate around my tracks. So that's two kind of non-musical things I need to do in that moment. If I had a launch pad, I would keep the launch pad, maybe a Launchpad Mini or something, just with session view. I would use the launch pad exclusively for launching clips, and I would keep the launch key open to be in like a drum mode or a chord mode or even a note mode. So that's how I would recommend integrating another controller, etc. Do you think you'll make a comparison video between the Mark III Mini and the Mark IV Mini? Probably not, because I don't want to do that. I am trying to move away from doing too many. We had a conversation earlier in the chat, people talking about, key quality, this, that, and the other thing. I'm trying to avoid legitimizing certain conversations so that people can do anything but make music. So I could just continue reviewing and comparing different MIDI keyboards, which I still might do in the future when it seems important. But for the most part, here's another PSA for you. If you want to save money, if your priority is saving money, get the previous version of any piece of technology. If your priority is getting the latest and better features, get the new version. Now, you don't need to really go into the weeds to figure out like, oh, the Launchkey Mini, yes, it has a lot of great features that the Launchkey Mini Mark III does not have, this new iteration. And then you can make an assessment of your wallet if you're trying to save money and if the difference in price is enough for you to warrant, buying an older version. But that's the extent of the thought process you need to make for making that. You don't need me to make a video and compare two keyboards to tell you those things. You all can make those decisions on your own. 100%. And if I continue to make videos about things that you all can use your own brains for, then you all will stop using your own brains and start relying on videos, which takes you away from the music making process in general. And I wanted to bring something up. Oh my, That's interesting. My main camera overheated. Sorry, folks. Here, let me allow me to change views for a moment. That actually never happens while we're live, so very interesting. We'll cut to this camera for now. So I hope that makes sense to everybody on the front of like, oh, make this video about comparing this and this and this. Can I map undo button to a pad through Max for Live? I have no idea. Maybe you can. You can also just get really good at hitting Command Z, like me. What's your favorite MIDI controller at the moment? I don't have any favorites. Doesn't matter. The one that's in front of me and on my desk and plugged in at any given moment. That's my favorite. On the use your brain front, I wanted to show a conversation from the Discord and just continue with this peace and love vibe of the day, because I think an important sort of thing popped up in the Discord. And I want you all to follow along with me on this because I think it is important. Let me see. Let's go here. So here's a conversation from our Discord, which you can join by going to beat-tober.com. So a member of the Discord typed in and was like, I have a question about the key and scale system. I'm in the key of E flat. So these are the diatonic chords: E flat, G minor, C minor, F major. Why is Ableton Live wrong and not, and wait, why is Ableton Live not showing that the note A is in the right key? I thought F major was in E flat. The problem with this is the chord F major is not diatonically in the key of E flat. So my recommendation was you're actually not in E flat, you're in B flat if you need that F major. It come to find out, however, the reason that this person thought that F major was in the key of E flat major was because ChatGPT told this user it was. F major, the fourth scale degree, fits perfectly within that key, when in fact it's literally showing that the notes of E flat major include an A flat. After a little more poking, ChatGPT says, oh, you're right, I was wrong, it's F minor, not F major. So I just want to run through the series of events here. Asking ChatGPT to know the chord progression resulted in this person thinking that Ableton Live was wrong, that Ableton Live's scale view was incorrect, and that the assumption is that ChatGPT was giving correct information and that Ableton Live was wrong. Meanwhile, if you watch my Music Theory for Beginner series, you would know at any moment what notes belong in a major key. But instead of learning that fundamental formula for a major scale, this person relied on ChatGPT to tell them what notes were available, what chords were available in a major scale, and ChatGPT was wrong. The two basic lessons there I gotta point out are, number one, if you are looking for factual information, you do not need to be using ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT as a little shortcut, but if you type into ChatGPT, what color is the sky, and they say the sky is green, you might want to just go find another way of figuring out that factual information, like going outside and looking at the sky yourself. Goes back to the thing of me making a video saying this thing is better than this thing. No, use your brain and you tell me which thing is better than which thing. So factual information, if you want to know about music theory, find a factual source that can teach you about music theory. Second of all is the assumption of who is wrong. If you encounter a problem in your DAW, if you encounter a problem with your piece of technology, you need to assume that you are the problem. that it is user error. You should not jump to a forum. You should not jump to an online chat and say this thing sucks because it can't do blah, 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 blah. If you are learning a new piece of technology, if you are using complicated software, you should assume that your own human error is the first source of any issue. And that was the issue here. The human error being trusting chat AI over Ableton Live's scale view. So for me, I do this. I'm not saying just like, oh, you all should do this. I'm saying, no, I do this. If I encounter a problem in Ableton Live, if I encounter a problem with my Launchkey or something, I immediately say, I must have screwed something up here. Let me figure out what I'm screwing up. And 9 times out of the 10, I figure out what I screwed up. And it was me screwing it up. And then 1 out of every 10 times, it'd be like, oh, there's a software bug. So I just think that that's a little valuable lesson there, especially when more and more people are using ChatGPT. I think ChatGPT is great for making plans, for like parsing out ideas, working through different ideas. But if you need factual information, just go look it up from a factual source, and definitely don't assume that your DAW is lying to you. Just let that sink in. Would you recommend the new Launchkey Mini as just a chord machine with all the chords already being available on it? It's actually pretty good for that. I mean, there's DAW solutions to making chord progressions, but especially the user chord mode, if you do want to generate your own user chords, it's useful from that perspective. It would be interesting. It's interesting to think what would happen if they released just like the top of the Launchkey. Would people be into that? Like a Ableton Move but controller only version. If an Ableton user doesn't use the session view, do you think it still makes sense to buy the Launchkey to use with Ableton Live? I think yes, because of some features we talked about at the beginning. I would have maybe previous generations, I would have said no. But here we are. Okay, we're in arrangement view. And if I put the controller into DAW mode, if I put the encoders into transport mode, I can now move around my playhead. I can zoom in and out. I can scroll up and I can, make tracks bigger. I guess that's another form of zooming. Move my loop brackets, start and end of my loop. Or just, start and end. Zooming in, zooming out, all of the above, and you can still navigate around and arm your different tracks, and then you can still control your devices with plug-in mode. So I think it could basically replace your mouse if you work in arrangement view. Which, oh gosh, and now we're green. What's happening, chat? Is the studio haunted? We're green now. Let me see if we can turn on the main cam once again. Let's go. Here we go. And we're back. That was kind of crazy, right? Put the camera in the fridge. Yes, that's what I usually do. Hello, my friend from Russia. Nice to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, Unico. Thank you for jumping in. Will you be adding this Mark IV to your portable jam setup? I think so, Robert, but I think since this is a pre-production unit that I have, when I send this back to Novation, I'll probably request a 25 key version. That way I just have a more portable option because I like to keep it compact, you know? Light the Melody Hunter says, if I buy an Audio-Technica AT2020 USB and plug it into my iPhone with the adapter, will I be able to record without latency in BandLab? I'm working on an album. Best thing you can do is go and try that. Second best thing you can do is go find a YouTube video of somebody doing that. Sounds like it should work, but I don't know that particular gear setup specifically. Can I see the acoustic guitar on the wall? It looks really cool. It is really cool. It's a Art and Luthery brand, which is like a Canadian brand. It's not in tune at the moment, but really nice guitar that I've had since high school. Electric acoustic too. It's got a built-in tuner. And it sounds really nice and full. When I played this guitar, when I first found it at a music store in high school, kind of was immediately like, oh, this sounds a lot deeper and fuller than other guitars. Boy, shoot. Felt like I just picked up a relic from the past. The sky is green. Yes, that's what happened. The sky is green. Brings you back in time, indeed. I felt that as well. All right, folks, what are we doing? Let's do a quick stream beat review. If you're doing Beat-tober this year and you've been making beats, I want you to not post in the Discord. Do not post in the Discord. Okay, now you can post in the Discord. Post after my Despicable Me GIF. If you're participating in Beat-tober and you want me to play your beat on stream right here, right now, go ahead and post the link to it in the Discord, and I will one more time thank our friends at Novation for sponsoring today's stream. Novation Launchkey Mini 37, I think, is a fantastic controller. Novation has a reputation of making some of the best keyboard controllers, especially for Ableton Live, but they also have MIDI out so you can control hardware. Very cool ARP, which is kind of like its own little sequencer at a certain point, but it also has a sequencer built into it as well. Very versatile controllers. And I highly recommend them. There's a link in the description. If you want to pick one up today, when you support the sponsor, you support the channel. Been using Launchkey Minis since Mark 1. I'll just have you know that. Been using Launchkey Minis since Mark 1. So it's crazy to have a sponsored stream today by Novation themselves. So hot, he's burning up cameras and USB hubs. Yeah, it's not particularly hotter today, so I don't know why the technology is fighting me. I think I was just away for a bit, so everything was unplugged and everything, I don't know, everything's just waking up again. The one on the Beat-tober site is outdated? Who knew? That can't be right. Let me invite people. Here, I'll drop a Discord link in the chat. This is for your Beat-tober videos. This is not for just anybody to drop in their tracks. These are specifically Beat-tober beats that we are dropping into the chat. What interface am I using for the live stream? Good question. I am using a Scarlett, which I really like. I forget which Scarlett this is. Oh, I can just look at my Ableton Live preferences. I want to get the numbers right. This is the Scarlett 8i6 that I use. I use that for all my live streams. That's my main interface at my desk. It's got 2 headphone outs, so that's how you all hear my computer volume, through a headphone out, and I hear through another headphone out. I keep a mic plugged in. I keep a guitar plugged in. I can easily plug in a synth or external synth here. That's the main interface that I use for my setup over here. Greetings, Ravi. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Glad you're enjoying the recent streams. Kembro says, loving my Launchkey Mark IV. So much to learn and fun to be had. Yes, I agree. Stick around to the end of the stream, everybody. Don't forget, because we are doing another giveaway at the end of today's stream. So kick back, grab a beverage, support some artists that are out here posting Beat-tober beats. You're going to listen to some good music. You might find your new favorite artist today. Who knows? Don't forget that we are raising money all month long for the Music and Youth Initiative. So if you are interested in donating or supporting that cause, even a $1, $5, or $10 donation goes a long way. Let me see. What's the number at, actually, for our fundraiser here? Let me double check. I can't see the number. The amount we've raised on YouTube alone, not counting our other donation sources, we've raised $1,224. If anybody wants to round that up to $1,230, we just need a $6 donation to round that up, or 2 people donating $3. If you skip your Starbucks today, you could have us round up this number. And it's for the kids. Can you skip one day of Starbucks or your Dunkin's or your whatever outside coffee shop you go to? Can you spare the $3 for the kids? Drop it in, round us up. use our collective power as an international community to help kids get into this same thing. Because, you know, I got into this kind of music making a lot later. Not a lot later. Some people got into it much later than me, but I got into this kind of stuff, you know, later in high school. And some folks are starting this stuff now, like with tablets and everything. They're starting this electronic music production journey in like very early on, like middle school. So yeah, but stick around to the end because we are going to give away Museo 1 license. Stick around. And I should mention one last thing. We are going to give away a Launchkey Mini Mark III to the Beast of Beat-tober. So if you've been participating in Beat-tober, you've been posting tons of beats and you've been crushing it, beattober.com/awards. Make sure you fill out the nomination form. And also nominate a fellow Beat-tober participant if you haven't yet. Alexander Bites, yo, nice to see you. Thank you for joining. All right, let's give a listen. And I am orange with the $10 dono. Thank you so much for the $10 dono. We love to hear it. All right, let's get into listening to your tracks. I'm going to work on the audio levels here, so if you all can just keep me posted on how it sounds, speaking versus music, etc. Keep me in check on that front. How's the audio levels? Any Zelda players in the chat? Twilight Princess? Great. Dunkfunk's got a lot of other stuff on their page if you want to go check it out. Lots of cool video game music. Like I said, find a new favorite artist today, or at least a new fellow community member out there that you can give a follow and like their stuff. Seems like a lot of people really like that. It's so peaceful. I agree. It is so peaceful. Next up, I've got the Dream Machine. Dreamcore. I love it. I've been really digging this kind of music lately. I wonder, are these actual wave sounds or is this noise? I have to know, Dream Machine. Is it noise or am I just... It's wind, actually. Ah, interesting. Very warm. I really like it. I wonder what your process is for making that kind of music. Because there's different ways to get into that kind of drone music or to get that kind of result. I think everybody has a slightly different way. What do we got here from Accent Noir? Ooh, nice. All right, we're over the minute mark on this one, but would love to know the plucked string instrument. Oh, did it actually loop? Actually, and I didn't realize it. I wonder what's the plucked instrument? Like which virtual instruments are you using to get that sound? Because it's really cool. And I really like it was sort of freeform too. It wasn't like a constant repetition of ideas. Hitesh, what do we got going here? Spooky haunted mansion type beat. Nice, Hitesh. Well done. Hitesh been putting in the work. I don't know if anybody's nominated Hitesh for Beat-tober, but probably a very worthy nomination. Let's go, Crochet Gang. I know Kara was doing something cool with, I couldn't keep up with it, but samples, collaborating with people. Oh, that was super short, but cool. I feel like there's a little frog hat cult forming around Beat-tober. Am I just scrolling through hashtag Beat-tober? No, I am taking these. People have just posted these in the Discord. This is our live stream beat review. Gokin. Oh, we got contenders for best collab? Okay. Come on. Nice. All right. Hey, that was pretty solid. If nobody's nominated them for best collab yet, it's definitely a contender. Holy smokes, that was great. I really love the way that percussion sounded, and using the SM7B for the percussion too. Usually I try to use a brighter mic, but it sounded really good, and I might actually give that a shot myself. Let's see what Mystery Beats is cooking up here. I like this out of focus, but like into the light shot. I like that shot. Did we loop? Was it a seamless loop? I love that guitar line. See More Mindful has an interesting take there. Nicely done, Mystery Beats. Really, like, seems like people are... Did I skip? What happened? How did I get to that beat? I skipped somebody. Sorry. It seems like people are really getting into their groove for Beat-tober. Frog Hat Cult. What a good dog. Can I pet the dog? Can I pet that dog? Frog dog. That's funny. Still learning. Hard to be up beside all these amazing tracks. You know, we got all levels of beat maker here in this community, so you should never feel ashamed of your track. You've been putting in work, Beat-tober, Texas Stowe. You should feel proud of the stuff that you've been making. And actually, I would say the direction you usually go into, the more experimental kind of weird style, I think that's going to serve you really well. So just because some of this stuff is like, oh, this is a nice, pleasing lo-fi guitar beat, like, you don't have to make that kind of music for it to be good music. You know what I mean? You can keep leaning into the weird and the experimental stuff, but well done. It's better than just like boring amateurish music, you know what I mean? Let's go, Arnie. Some OG Control Freak stuff there. Really cool. Nice vocal sample there. I love the Gengar and the little Control Freak and the ghost with one eye. You know what's crazy? I gotta rewind that. That's actually kind of crazy. Something's happening. Oh, you can't rewind for some dumb reason. But hold on. There's no such thing as a coincidence situation going on here. Oh, you have a different eye for your ghost. I noticed the other day I had this random black button on my desk. I'm like, what the heck is this random black button? And it turns out my crochet ghost was without an eye. I don't know what happened. He fell over, but now, okay. Was blind, but now I see. This was the prize for some winners last year. If you want to check out this year's prize, with 5 going on sale next week, so even if you don't win, you can pick one up. Check it out. All right. But I just thought that was interesting. Same eye. You know what I could go for right now, my friends? Some ramen noodles. I could hit the soup right now and feel great. Connor's got some stuff going down. Tom shares some recommendation in chat. Oh, I like these drums. Bump, bump, ba-da, bop, bop, bop. Oh. Really cool. I really appreciate that slowdown towards the end. And everything's just a little distorted and a little crunchy. Wow, that was cool. Y'all, don't forget beat-tober.com/awards. If you see somebody that you want to nominate for an award, or if you yourself think you're eligible for an award, beat-tober.com/awards. I don't have the website there. Cool prizes for all award winners. Where are we going with this? A little James Bondy with that guitar tone, I feel. Okay. I feel like that synth line is out of key, but it's cool. Just needs to be transposed. Oh, it sounds good there. Interesting. Overall, really cool. I really like the way you use the camera to zoom in and out of the different things you were doing. And cool like that it's a one-take performance. That's actually really cool. Good contender for best live performance, probably. Well done. Well done. Prod by Static says the biggest reward is the growth my pages have been seeing from posting every day. I love to hear it. If that's a happy byproduct of Beat-tober, you're gaining a bigger audience, I think that's fantastic. All right, 3 minutes here, Jacob. We'll listen to at least the first minute.
Same room, different places, modern world, connected by alone. The fire is gone. We say words about the broken, there's no sound. We live with our lives. We say that we are fine. Could have danced together, couldn't we? It could last forever as long as you need. You could be the one who could set me free, but you're not here, you're not with me.
I'll leave you all on that little cliffhanger because I'm sure that's going to build into something even more beautiful. And it does. Go check out the rest on Jacob's page. Well done, Jacob, as usual. A lot more songs like that, too, if you dug that. Next up, the man himself, Prod by Static with the Batman Beyond t-shirt. Okay. Or the Batman, sorry. What's that line from? Because that's a pretty cool tag. Man, the 808s are pushing everything through. I like that producer tag. Alexander Bites. I did see a lot of people are inviting me to be a collaborator. I appreciate it. I'm not going to accept. We're not actually collaborating, but I see what you're doing there. Feel free to tag me, though. That's fine. Oh, it's a Lander X Beat-tober joint. What's happening with the LeBron James? Okay, the drums are cool, but everything's kind of like out of key, which is making it scary. Okay, interesting. Definitely want to check out the keys situation there. Good drumming. All right, what do I see next here? I see some... Oh, gosh. I just messed it up. I see some cello action in our future. Hello? Ediana, what's happening? Wow, I want more. I would be clamoring for a collab with Mediana. And she'll have her options too. She's not just going to collab with anybody. All right, what do we got here? Zeus. Oh. Womp, womp, womp. Womp, 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 womp. Cool. It's like a robot mystery or something. Very, very cool. Zeus, thank you. Looks like we're ending on Niels. Now, I do want to say, isn't it more fun to watch these quick little videos than it is to sit there and stare at somebody's like SoundCloud thing going through? Like if in the future, if we did went back to normal monthly beat reviews, should it be like this? Should it just be, okay, take your track, make the best 60-second video out of it you can and submit that? Because people are doing it every day in Beat-tober. So I feel like asking people to do it once a month is not a tall order. All right, Niels, take us away. Sorry. Wait, Niels, do you have this ghost tattoo here? What's happening? How did I not know that? It's kind of crazy. That's crazy. When did you get that? Is that a coincidence? Did you get that before or after? That's crazy, crazy. It's the ghost of the Beat-tober 2023? That's crazy. Wow. That's awesome. All right, that was the last track I have in the Discord. Thank you, everybody. That was a great beat review here today. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right, I got to tell you all, the Beat-tober is coming to an end. It is October 26th. We have, let me see, we have a couple more live streams to go. Oh God, I lost my Google Chrome. Let me look at the tentative schedule really quick so I can give you all a heads up. Our next, we have two more streams. That's it. 2 more streams. We will be live again on Tuesday, October 29th, making music with Arcade and Portal. And on Thursday, the 31st, Halloween itself, we will have our final Beat-tober stream, where we will announce the winners of the awards and the bounties, etc. So this weekend, it's already Saturday, you have a limited amount of time to get in on some of these final bounties, etc. Let me remind you what they all are and where to find all the info. Beat-tober.com. Bounties and awards. Let's open both. Bounties. We're going to do a giveaway at the end of the stream. That's your Notification Squad bounty. The Lander Beat Review, the Lander Sample Challenge. Due date is tomorrow, October 27th, even though it says Saturday. Future Samples, Sample Challenge, October 30th. Jamstick X Beat-tober, get this in by today. Ableton X Beat-tober, get this in by the 30th, 4-track challenge. And then the awards. Please make sure you send in your nominations by Monday. Oh, sorry for just spamming the word nomination form in chat. That's what I actually wanted to do. Go nominate somebody or yourself for a Beat-tober award. Best collab, best Dallas, most improved, best original song, best live performance, best video, best finger drumming, the beast of Beat-tober. All of the qualifications or what we're looking for are listed here under each category. The winner of a Beat-tober award will get a prize package with perhaps some plugins and perhaps some hardware, as well as a handmade item from my mom, a hanging planter in the form of a skull. They come in multiple different colors. I will put some of these on sale next week, but during Tuesday's stream, I will drop these on sale. These are very limited edition. There's only going to be 5 extra on top of the Beat-tober awards. Actually, maybe they should go on sale after the Beat-tober awards announcement. So maybe that's the last thing we'll do on the 31st is sell those. And then don't forget that the Beat-tober merch is going away after October 31st. So pick up your merch. All the proceeds for everything, sample packs, memberships, anything that you can buy related to Beat-tober is going to the Music and Youth Initiative. And then also trying to give back to you all as a community. So let's do our last giveaway of the day. A giveaway of a Musio 1 license. Some of you could definitely use this in your beat making. These virtual instruments are crazy. Look at all these instrument libraries that you get with the Musio 1 license. What I want you to do is to type, no, you don't do this. I do this. I type !winner in chat. You all read what Nightbot says. Nightbot just says, if you win a random drawing, you must read those steps. And actually, when we spam the chat, this time when we spam the chat, because we had just some chaos at the beginning of people trying to find any possible reason they didn't want to win a giveaway. I want you all to please, I'm going to put a minute on the clock, and I want you all to please spam the chat. But the first thing you have to spam is, I read the directions. That's what you have to that's what you have to type. You must type, I read the directions. Because I gotta say, some people not big on reading the directions. No, do not type your Instagram handle now. If you win, type your Instagram handle. You must read the direction. I can't imagine what's happening in the schools out there. They're like, oh, damn, we got another music producer kid in our class. No wonder they didn't write their name on the paper. All right, my timer is set for 1 minute. I want to remind everybody we are raising money for a great cause, the Music and Youth Initiative. They build usually free music programs for young people across the country if they want to learn to make beats, if they want to learn to play in a band, hang out with their friends in a cool creative musical space. You know, sports, there's a lot out there for sports, right? You can go join a team, play any kind of sport game you want. But for music, it's like, oh, go take a private lesson, and that's no fun. Where's the community in that? It can be fun, of course. But yeah, Music and Youth Initiative, they have amazing music clubhouses that kids can just drop into after school. And I saw firsthand the positive effect that I can have on young people. Some young people going on to study music in college, and some just having like a lifelong hobby, a lifelong creative outlet that gets sparked at a music clubhouse as they go on to, you know, live the rest of their lives. But if that's something you're interested in supporting, it's something you can support. A $1, $5, $10 donation. Some people have been super generous with even bigger donations. But please hit the donate button below the video or go to beat-tober.com/donate to find out all the ways you can support. Let's go ahead and go to our random drawing. Here we go. I'm rolling the dice. As soon as everybody stops spamming, as the stream catches up, we're gonna roll the dice in 5, 4. If you won the giveaway at the beginning of the stream, you cannot win again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The winner of the Museo 1 license is Barista Beats. Barista Beats, correct me if I'm wrong. You didn't win Museo 1 already, did you? I think because you've been around a lot, so I'm not sure if you already won a Museo 1 license. We'll re-roll it again if that's the case. You did not? Okay, great. Follow the directions, Barista Beats. Type your Instagram handle into chat. I will get you hooked up with your Museo 1 license. Let's give a congrats. Let's give a congrats to the winner today. There's 2 more streams to go, everybody. If you didn't win that giveaway, that means you have 4 more chances to win. Tuesday's stream, 2 giveaways. Thursday's stream, 2 giveaways. Other ways to win are by entering into the bounties, beat-tober.com/bounty. Other ways to win are by winning a Beat-tober award, beat-tober.com/awards. There's an amazing prize packages available to you all. So please go support each other. You saw all the cool people that submitted beats today. There's way more people making beats than that out there. So if you can search around the Beat-tober hashtag or head into the Discord and check the Daily Beats channel, please go out there and support each other. We are a community. The whole point of Beat-tober is that we can come together as a community, and that also that I can give back. I tell all my sponsors, hey, I want to do a bunch of giveaways during Beat-tober. And they say, okay, here's a bunch of stuff. Or here's a stream sponsorship, etc. So, yes. And then the other, of course, goal of Beat-tober is we all come together as an international community. Y'all are tuning in from all over the world. I'm just one dude in the USA and trying to assemble all of us together for a good cause. So for the Music and Youth Initiative, if you are able to, donating $1, $5, or $10, a small donation goes a long way for this organization. So beat-tober.com/donate if there's no donate button available to you here on the video. That is it for now, my friends. We're signing off until Tuesday. I will, of course, be posting Tuesday's stream ahead of time, so you can set your reminder. Keep an eye out for that. We have an announcements channel in the Beat-tober Discord. I post on Threads. I post to Instagram. I try to keep everybody in the loop of what's going on, so follow in all those places if you want to keep up. Proud of you all for being a super supportive community of each other and of the Beat-tober cause, and I will catch you all later. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. This has been TAETRO. Have a good one. Oh gosh, I didn't push the thanks button. Push the button. It's not working. My button's not working. Very, very smooth. Remember how I said the technology's all working against me today? I'm pushing my scene change button and it's not working. What's happening? Starting? Nope, starting screen button doesn't work either. Let's see. All right. I think I have to actually click what I want here. That's going to be it, everybody. Here, how do I do this? Thank you so much for watching. This has been TAETRO. Have a good one.